News Now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
The state of Connecticut in mourning tonight after a state trooper was killed in a hit and run crash. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. A somber evening in Connecticut. Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier was killed in the line of duty. A driver on I-84 struck and killed him with their truck and then just kept driving.
This is the 26th Connecticut state trooper line of duty death in the agency's history. State police telling Fox 61 the crash happened at 2:36 this afternoon. Trooper Pelletier was outside his cruiser at the time of the collision, performing a traffic stop near exit 31. He was pronounced dead on the scene. State police apprehended the man accused of striking him moments later.
State police were quick to close the road and start their investigation. I-84 was closed for hours this afternoon. Sky 61 captured that backup, which stretched for miles. Police, in fact, are still asking drivers to avoid the area.
At around 7 this evening, a procession began on I-84. We watched 100 law enforcement vehicles make their way to the office of the chief medical examiner in Farmington, paying respects to Trooper Pelletier. We're told that procession included law enforcement from all across Connecticut and even some law enforcement from neighboring states who drove down to offer their support and condolences.
Yeah, as you can imagine, a very difficult day and still not many details about the crash itself.
Yeah, for the first time since the tragedy this afternoon, state police delivered a press conference from Middletown about their investigation into what happened. Fox 61's Jonah Karp was there, and he joins us now live with more on what officials had to say. Jonah, good evening.
Good evening, Brent. And Sarah, you used the word somber, and that's the word I would use to describe the tone of this press conference this evening. There were 4 people who spoke in total, including Sergeant Luke Davis, and we'll bring you his comments in a moment. He gave us a lot of the updated information that we have right now. You may remember, if you've been following our coverage throughout the day, Fox 61's Matt Karen identified a red vehicle earlier today as maybe being a part of this investigation. We now know, Luke Davis told us, that it was in fact a red pickup truck that struck and killed the victim this evening. Here's more on what Luke Davis had to say.
TFC Pelletier generated a traffic stop event on his in-car computer and approached the vehicle. TFC Pelletier spoke briefly with the operator, and during the course of the interaction had advised the operator why they were stopped. At this time, a red pickup truck traveling in the right lane began to encroach upon the right shoulder, approaching TFC Pelletier's location. Preliminary information shows that the right side wheels of the pickup were completely over the dividing line into the shoulder, sideswiped TFC Pelletier's cruiser, and then struck TFC Pelletier in the shoulder while he was speaking with the operator of the vehicle that he had stopped. The operator of the pickup truck failed to stop at this time and continued traveling eastbound on I-84. Several witnesses to the collision called 911 after the fact and provided troopers with valuable information. The operator of the pickup truck eventually came to a stop in the area of exit 39A, which was a result of the vehicle becoming disabled. The evading operator is currently in state police custody.
This is still an ongoing investigation, and Connecticut State Police are asking that if you have any information, additional information that could assist with this investigation, including any dash cam video, things like that, that you come forward with that information. We'll have more at 10:30. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jonah. Yeah, an extremely difficult day for law enforcement all across the state. They're all mourning the loss of one of their own, Trooper First Class Pelletier.
Fox 61's Matt Karen was in Southington, not too far from the scene of that deadly crash, and has more on this latest tragedy here in our state.
A tragic day here in Connecticut. An entire law enforcement contingency and an entire state mourning the loss of Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier, who died in the line of duty. It all started around 2:30 this afternoon. Trooper Pelletier was conducting a traffic stop along I-84 East near exit 31 when he was suddenly struck by a passing vehicle. That vehicle fled the scene. The operator was located a short time later and was arrested. Trooper Pelletier was a 9-year veteran of law enforcement. He was a member of the 125th Training Troop. Trooper Pelletier quote, served the citizens of Connecticut with an unwavering sense of dedication, pride, and professionalism, and his sacrifice will never be forgotten. That is from the Connecticut State Police. Governor Ned Lamont also picking up on this issue, directing flags to fly at half-staff, saying that this was, quote, a tragic reminder about the dangers law enforcement face every day when they leave their homes and go to work. We are going to continue to update this story, get new information as we get it about Trooper First Class Aaron Peltier, who we know was a young man with his whole life in front of him. He had a young family, a wife, 2 young boys, just absolutely tragic. And our heartfelt condolences on behalf of our entire Fox 61 News team go out to his family. For now, reporting in Southington, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
A heartbreaking day to be sure. Thank you, Matt. As is common with law enforcement and line-of-duty deaths, a tremendous procession of police cruisers carried Trooper First Class Pelletier's body from the scene of the crash to the Chief Medical Examiner's office in Farmington.
And that's where we find Fox 61's Alexa Farrell. She shows us how first responders paid special tribute to this fallen trooper.
For over 20 minutes, the police force drove behind Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier's body as it was brought to the Chief Medical Examiner's office this evening, showing support with their emergency lights flashing after their brother in blue gave the ultimate sacrifice, gave his life in the line of duty. 24 officers lined the streets right here, right next to us, saluting their brother in blue. It was hard to not get emotional and get chills watching the entire scene. Hundreds of police vehicles came through, many canine officers in those trucks and cars as well. A police helicopter even circled in the sky. The amount of love and support here this evening doesn't change the devastating day here, but does go to show how strong the Connecticut police force is here in our state. When this procession started, the sun was high in the sky. And then as the cars filed on through, it began to set, just as the watch and duties of Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier has come to an end. In Farmington, Alexa Farrell, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Those displays of solidarity for all of the law enforcement community are certainly emotional to watch. We'll be watching for any new developments throughout the night. We're still actively trying to get new information for you, and our team of reporters will be covering this in the morning as well. So stay with Fox 61 on air, online, and on Fox 61 Plus as we follow the investigation into the death of State Trooper Aaron Pelletier.
All right, we are also following breaking news in Hartford tonight, where police have just informed us they are investigating a homicide. It's happening along New Britain Avenue near the intersection with Broad Street. We are waiting for more information from police, and we'll bring it to you as soon as it becomes available. And of course, our other breaking news tonight, we are following the historic conviction of President Donald Trump in his New York City hush money case.
It's the first time in American history a former president has been found guilty in a criminal case. Jurors returned the verdict after 2 days of deliberation. Guilty on all 34 counts of falsifying business records.
And tonight, plenty of fallout and reaction, including from the former president himself. Fox's Connor Hansen has the latest developments from Manhattan.
This was a rigged decision right from day one.
The jury handing down a verdict of guilty on all 34 counts after nearly 6 weeks of listening to 80 hours of witness testimony.
We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man. And it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution.
Jurors resumed deliberations for a second day after asking the judge overseeing former President Donald Trump's hush money trial to review testimony from prominent witnesses. The 12 Manhattan residents who sit on the jury again listening to testimony from David Pecker, the former publisher of the National Enquirer tabloid, and Michael Cohen, Trump's ex-lawyer, regarding key conversations both had with Trump in 2015 and 2016. The request stirring debate over what jurors could be considering before handing down a verdict.
I didn't ever think it was going to be an acquittal. Having been in the courtroom, I thought it might be a hung jury 10-2, 11-1. But verdict is only the result of what you're given up until that point. So this is not a surprising result to me.
Jurors also asked Judge Juan Merchan to repeat some of their directions guiding their deliberations. Several jurors taking notes as the judge read from his instructions about making inferences from proven facts.
This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people.
That was Fox's Connor Hansen reporting, and we'll hear from him again at 10:30 tonight for more on how people across the nation are reacting to this historic conviction.
Now, the Fox 61 Weather Watch with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank.
Busy news day, but quiet in the weather department. Temperatures near 60 degrees, Hartford and New Haven. We started the day off with rain, but we finished with sunshine. Right now, we're looking at temperatures that are tumbling back into the 50s for most of the state, and there could even be a few spots that dip back into the upper 40s as we head towards daybreak. So it'll be a cool evening tonight. No concerns for any additional rain, not only tonight, but really for the next several days. So we're looking nice and dry leading into this weekend with a warming trend to go along with it. Overnight lows will be in the upper 40s to low 50s as we head towards daybreak. We are waking up to sunshine. It's refreshing, a crisp start to the day. But as we head towards lunchtime, we're warming up. Today kind of felt like the AC was turned on, but tomorrow we're getting back to some of that late spring warmth with temperatures in the low 70s as we head towards lunchtime. And we're looking at high temperatures in the mid 70s for most of the state as we head through the afternoon. Warming trend continues this weekend. We'll time out the next chance for showers coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, new at 10 tonight, a bomb threat closed down Cheshire High School this afternoon. Police tell us an anonymous caller said there was an explosive in the building around 3 this afternoon. But Cheshire Police, State Police, and the fire department did a thorough search and determined that threat was bogus. The school grounds were then reopened, and now police are investigating who made that call.
In Oxford, state police are still investigating what they're calling suspicious deaths. This morning, 2 people were found inside a burning car. This happened right off Route 34. There's still a lot of questions about exactly what happened. Tonight, police tell us they're not releasing the names. We spoke with someone who works nearby, just across the dam there. He's still wondering if the victims are people he knows.
I hope not. I really just hope not. I mean, I pray for whoever's family is affected by it, and I pray that I'm not the one that's affected, but it's just awful. It's really awful, this whole thing.
The Western District Major Crime Squad's in charge of the investigation, and they're asking anyone who knows anything about the incident to give them a call.